Vegas and everyone watching on the Sporting Tribune today, it is the final interview of Radio Row. I'm ready to go home, but before we do that, we need to turn up with a two-time WNBA champion, Las Vegas Aces, one of the best personalities in the league. She got a show, the Syd TP Show. She wants to do a podcast. I should probably co-host. We'll talk about that after this interview. Syd Colson, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
I'm starting with Flame, and you don't even have to respond to what I'm going to say.
All right.
Michael Porter Jr. looks like the kid in middle school that when the teacher asked him to read, took 4 minutes to read the paragraph out loud.
I'm not even going to be mean toward Michael. I'm going to be honest. Because I feel like I'll say stuff on Twitter that people get mad about, but like I'm a pretty open-minded person when it comes to like hearing somebody's point even when they say it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Or like the comparison was like whack because it was rude to like compare it to ping pong, but that's from our perspective. People in the ping pong world, they may not be tripping, like that wasn't a big deal to them. I think his point was, like we're very skilled in what we do. We're very skilled players, and there's a certain fan base for us.
Facts.
They're very skilled in ping pong, obviously, and there's a certain fan base for them. We got to keep finding a way to grow and make money, and I think that I truly believe that we're doing that. And then he called us like females, so it's just like a difference in people knowing adjectives and nouns, and like you don't describe a woman as a female because a female is a species. Like you would say female animal, female person, female athlete. Like it's a descriptor and an adjective.
Yeah.
But I try to like, even if I make fun of people with something, like I try to make sure I'm also like informing you about what.
To make sure you don't do that again.
To make sure you don't do it again, because sometimes people are just ignorant, but it don't mean they being mean. You know what I'm saying?
Syd, I want to take you back to the finals because
take me back there, please.
She's ready for
Already.
Because I got to ask Alicia this.
Okay.
Sabrina
you talked to Alicia?
Yes, I did. She was fantastic. Stop. Check that out on YouTube. Adrian CLE 93. Subscribe. Stop playing with me. We trying to get paid. And you know, I asked her about that moment in the locker room that you brought up in the celebration when at practice or in the meeting where they played the film and Sabrina doing her night.
Oh yeah.
However details you want to tell me, I can't force you to say the truth about everything that happened. But can you first, even before that practice and the meeting where they showed it, but on the court, can you take me to that and what exactly happened and how you felt?
Like they put it in like a
montage.
The hype. Yeah, it was a montage. It was very slow. I said this in our at our championship parade. I was like, our staff did what they needed to do because they made it super cinematic. Like Chris probably put that together in the video team, but it was very cinematic. They did like slow motion. It was in black and white, and it had us worked up. And I'm like, I'm not mad at her for doing it. Like people celebrate stuff when you winning or when you have a good game or when a big moment is happening. So it's not that she did anything wrong. It's just that like we responded. Like it's just what happened in sports. I think people made it like we just turned up for no reason. It's like, no, this is like normal stuff that happens in men's sports, and like don't nobody be saying nothing. Nobody says anything for real. But once we do it, it's like we're called like certain things. It's like, no, we're having fun and being competitive.
And look, I know at one point we're gonna have a longer sit-down interview and we'll talk all this out. So before we get to the show, my last thing I want to ask you is, you know, I told you, and honestly, I also want to say thank you for recognizing who I was and what I do.
Yeah, I already know. Ask Asia.
We be trying to put in work, but my question is, well, first off, I'm not the person that voted Asia fourth place in MVP, so I want to admit that. But honestly, like when it comes to the WNBA and the media, you know, as the game grows, so do the people that are covering it. Hopefully, that's the plan, right? Because everything needs to grow. What would you say, not only to me, but just the media in general, heading into this new season?
About covering it? About coverage of the players?
Yes.
I think to just like continue to cover people from like a human standpoint, and like we are competitors. We do this for a living. Like we have fun with it, but I never want people to forget that we're like human beings.
Facts.
And there's a way to cover stuff. Even if you like criticize people, there's a way to still have their dignity be intact, your own dignity be intact, and cover the sport with respect and cover the players with respect. And I would urge players to make sure that they do the same. I think we could feel sometimes, especially as black women in this league, that the way that we are viewed and covered is different from our non-black counterparts sometimes. And that can, whether it's with the way things are worded, with the way pictures might be used. Like I could go on a long list.
I mean, we could talk about Candace and Cheryl Swoops and how they say stuff and how it's react, but we ain't got the time.
Yeah, we don't have the time. But I'll talk to you another time about it. But yeah, I would just say continue like looking at people and talking about people as human beings.
And as we close out the Syd TP Show, Maximum Effort channel, FUBU. Yeah. We on FUBU Sports too.
FUBU.
Shout out to the FUBU family. But let people know why they
redo it.
You right.
Yeah, you good. You good. You think about the clothes. You think about it. Just redo it. You can edit it.
No, the clothes is legendary. The clothes is legendary, and so is the streaming service. And go check it out. The Syd TP Show. Please let the people know why they need to watch.
Y'all gotta watch. I'm gonna just give you the log line. It's 2 WNBA bench warmers who strive to become the face of the league, despite the fact that nobody asked them to. So you'll see us doing man on the street interviews, doing sketches, having celebrity guests, all that. And it's fun. It's a good time.
There it is. 2-time WNBA champion, Las Vegas Aces. We got to go to Dre. She got a flag football game to do. Yeah. We'll turn up later. Syd, thank you so much for the time.
I appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.